out. There goes Tyson. What a shot. Can Mike get up? The count is up to 3 and 4 and 5. Tyson, we never expect to see this. Does he know where he is? It's all over. We have a new heavyweight champion. The biggest upset in the history of boxing.
And your dad was a boxer too, wasn't he?
Correct.
And what was that inspiration?
Well, he was Columbus, Ohio first national Golden Glove champion. In early 60s. And went on to become a professional champion or professional fighter. He was ranked in the middleweight and the light heavyweight division in the top 10. Looking up to him, my father, it was obvious that I tried it. And he brought me in the gym and started at Columbus Recreation and Parks on the east side of Columbus at 10. And, you know, that's where it began for me.
So you were also at the same time a basketball player, you played football, why did you choose boxing?
Well, actually, it chose me. My intentions were to play football, so I really fell in love with the sport of football. And, you know, I played up until high school. And so I fought competitively through boxing from 10 to 15 in the amateurs. And then I was playing football and basketball. Then I came back to it as boxing just got an urge to fight again. At the age of 21, I turned pro. My father turned me pro. And fought with my dad for about 5 years as a pro. And then I got with John Johnson and became a manager, and it just took off.
Was heavyweight always your division?
My last amateur fight was actually at 165 pounds. You know, and I fought in the Junior Olympics, went to South Dakota, won the National Golden Glove, got qualified for the Junior Olympics. Region 6, that was a region, and we went to South Dakota. That was a nice trip.
Tex Cobb fight, the first marquee fight that you had?
How amazing it was. It was like, you know, fighting Tex. It was a 10-round fight, and it was like a week's notice that we got the call. So, just so happened I was in the gym training, so I wasn't that far out of shape. So, we got the call. Johnny called me and asked me, what did I think about Tex Cobb? And I said, well, he could be beat. He said, well, good, because we got him Friday. And that was like Monday. So we were on a plane Tuesday, headed out to Vegas, and that was my first time in Las Vegas. And I won the fight, and, you know, things started looking up. So I fought Paige in Atlanta. That was a good fight. Beat Paige, and Paige was just champion.
Right.
So that was very encouraging. You know, I was a fight away becoming the champ then.
And you fought Burbick after that, didn't you?
Yeah, I fought Trevor Burbick. Yes, and I fought Oliver McCall too.
Ah, that's right,
who eventually became world champion.
Mike Tyson's people called your manager. Did you kind of believe it? Were you surprised?
I know I was right there. I was number 2 in the world at the time, so yeah, I was glad that we got the call, you know, to get an opportunity to fight. And there you go.
What was the strategy?
It was my trainer, John Russell.
Okay.
She put it together, you know, with the work off the jab, don't stand straight in front of him, don't go straight back, and you know, stay busy. Just let your hands go. You know, we had a great training session, had 3 great sparring partners. Everything was just falling in line. And great workouts leading up to the fight.
What was the hoopla around the fight? I mean, Tyson was the champion, you were the challenger, and nobody was even giving you odds.
Right. That was even as far as when I went to the bid. as to who wanted to host a fight here in the United States, there was nobody that even considered even hosting a fight. So Japan came up with the money to host a fight in Tokyo, Japan. So they were off to Japan. We went, and you know, that's where it was. That's where I got my opportunity, and it didn't matter. I was ready, determined to fight, win and wherever. So I had to go across the pond to get it, and I got it.
You sure did.
You know, it wasn't no surprise because he was just mowing through people. I mean, he has been tested as well. You know, he fought some credible opponents that before me, and so he was definitely a legitimate champion.
Your mother had died a few weeks before then. Was that an inspiration for you?
Well, that increased it, definitely. Like to my house a few days before she passed, just to check on me. That's how she was with me and my brothers all the time, looking out after us. It didn't matter how old we were. And she was just wanting to see where my head was at the time, because a lot of things were going on in my life too at the time. At the time, my wife and I were split up, and she wanted to make sure that wasn't affecting me in any way. And after she left, she felt confident that I was gonna, you know, do well in the fight. So, you know, she was, you know, doing her motherly chores to the end.
Championship of the world from Tokyo.
Really dominating the fight. Did it surprise you?
No, it didn't. It went exactly as I thought it was going to go. I said, the biggest thing that they're going to realize during the fight, that the fight is going. That is not 90 seconds, because his last 2 or 3 fights leading up to our fight, he was just knocking guys out within 3 rounds or something, you know.
I mean,
the idea was just to punch and let them hands go, as my father always said.
right.
You know, let them hands go and do your job.
His eyes started swelling up. Your jabs really were very effective.
Yeah. Yeah, late in the fight, where the work that you do early in the fight shows up in the later rounds.
Right.
Yeah, so started swelling him up.
At what point did you get confident? I mean, overly confident about
Yeah, just before I got knocked down. That's when I started looking at him and wanting to reflect in the middle of the fight, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, but he brought me back to reality when he dropped me, so let me know that he was still alive and it was still a fight.
Well, here's Tyson, a ball of fire now.
9th round was your round.
Right, came back in the 9th round and fought very well. Thought I won that round as well. Finishing round, history-making round, so, you know, it all came together. Well, I thought he was gonna get up. But I didn't think he was going to get up until he started reaching for that mouthpiece. And I know the time was ticking, you know. And I figured out that he was really hurt then when I seen that, because nothing else, he'd have got up. If he'd have been coherent, he'd have just got up, let the referee look for the mouthpiece, gain more time to focus, and get back in.
Then they say, it's over.
They said it's over, and that was it. Dream come true, childhood dream come true. And that was awesome, you know. And it was really nice to hear my name being announced as a new heavyweight champion of the world. That was great. It's a fantastic moment.
James Buster Douglas, the new heavyweight champion of the world.
Why did you win this fight that nobody on the planet gave you?
His mother.
In what way?
God bless her heart.
Earth had stopped spinning. I thought the cause and effect had been turned upside down. The laws of physics were broken. I couldn't believe it.
Listen to the crowd. What a shocking surprise.
This was undoubtedly the greatest upset in the history of boxing.
Wonder of wonders. Upset of upset. He's down.
There was a little bit of controversy regarding the 10 count.
Yeah, that was a bunch of them. They started whining like babies. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know, be as fierce as, you know, he was. And then the thing about it, we both had the same promoter, but the promoter decided to be on his side. It was ridiculous. It was like the greatest moment slowly became a nightmare as the days went on after the fight.
That was Don King, right?
Yeah, with Don King and Tyson as well. You know, crying, moaning, complaining like, She was on the other foot and he didn't like it. Great reception. It was a great reception here in Columbus. You know, they all came out, man. It was awesome. You know, the funny thing about it is when we left with like 20 people left in the camp, sparring partners, you know, and then the trainers and myself with the bags and stuff. We had our Buster Douglas jackets on, and everybody was looking at us like, oh, whatever. But when we came back, it was just the opposite reaction. It's like all the Columbus was outside of the airport in the parking lots. You know, it was great. Came back to a warm reception.
How did it change your life?
Oh, well, now all of a sudden, you know, I'm usually being at home late at night watching TV, watching the late night show. And now I'm part of the late night show. So that was really cool. Yeah, it was great.
Choice as to who your next can fight against?
Yeah, and I chose Holyfield.
Right.
Yeah, you know, because I wanted to fight the best out there. Yeah, my father.
Right.
And I was always a big Muhammad Ali fan. And I always liked, you know, Roberto Duran, you know, smaller guys, you know, Pepino Cuevas, guys of my generation. You know, and Jack Johnson. You know, the great Jack Johnson.
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, I always admired those guys. And then to become one of them was a great honor. You know, forever will be a heavyweight champion. That's childhood dream come true. Yeah, 30 for 30.
30 for 30. When they called you and said, hey, we'd like to feature you at that program, which is very popular, what'd you think?
It was pretty cool. I was honored, you know, to be considered.
And what was the process? Did they come here and watch the...
Yeah, they came here and they stayed about 3 days. And then we went to Japan. Yeah, went back to Japan where we fought at in the Tokyo Dome.
Right.
Walked around Japan. It's pretty good time. Yeah, I got to see a lot more of Japan than I did the first time I went. Oh yeah, you have a goal no matter, you know, who believes in it. As long as you believe in it, you can make it happen. You know, you got to believe in yourself before anybody else believes in you. You know, and and it's just all about self-confidence and preparing properly and, you know, making things happen. That's how you make it happen. Going out, you have to believe it before anybody else believes it. You have to believe it in yourself, first and foremost. Well, believe in your dreams, set forth and go after them. Even though you might miss, you still be amongst the stars. You'll still be out there.